Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. It's a TGIF, folks. Let's make it a great one. This quote is by Walter Anderson. Believe in something big. Your life is worth a noble motive. That's for sure, right?
It is.
Man. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials up 21, NASDAQ up 36, S&P's up 4.5. Gold contract down $16.70, traded $1,177 an ounce. Silver down 15 cents at $15.67 an ounce. Platinum down 13 at $1,122 an ounce. Copper up 4 pennies at $2.74 a pound. Light sweet crude off 57 cents at $57.17 a barrel. Bonds, we had the 10-year up 10 ticks, 129.14. 30-year up 24 ticks at 162.25. And King Dollar down 329 ticks, traded at 97.12. The euro is up 39 at 108, and the yen is down 65 at 118.93. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. Now, in the world of the S&Ps, folks, okay, this is pretty bizarre, what we have out here today. And why? Well, what you have is this. The SPY did 54 million shares. That is about as weak as you can get. That is with the NDX 100 and the NASDAQ getting to new highs. The high that the SPY is trying to go after is 212.24. Last time we were up there, we did 73 million shares, so that was anemic in itself. Then the SPY couldn't handle it, went from 212 down to the bottom of the consolidation at 204, had some juice. That being said, bottom line is that more than likely, because of window dressing next week, I expect that you're going to see that high of 212.24 get hit. We'll see whether it can get taken out or not. The NDX 100, we take a look at the 3 Qs. What do you have with the 3 Qs? Bottom line, 3 Qs go top side. Volume out here is 31 million. You're over the highs. The 3 Qs can go higher. Divergence, where? In the small caps. Small caps, which had been strong, bottom line, couldn't handle higher price, actually went lower. And if we take a look at the small caps, what you have happening with the small caps, I suspect same type of setup, meaning next week, window dressing, that can get tested at 127.14, 13, because you have some volume up there. On the weekly basis, now this is where this gets really wild. I'm going to go back to the SPY again for a second, because the SPY on a weekly basis also has anemic volume. So if that test does get done, I think that that's all you're going to get is specifically that test. Gold contract. What do we have with gold? They whack gold again. Another Friday, another whacking. Bottom line with gold is this. We've done big volume again today. The divergence that's inside here, I'm digging though, and this is what it is. We did 148,000 contracts out here today. You're going into the, I think it's 160,000. You're going into, well, no, you're going, no, the swing point at 161,000. It broke that swing point, so it broke a swing headlight of volume. You're going into 151, so that's way too many contracts, number one. And here's where the divergence is, though. When we look at the gold contract and then go over and take a look at the dollar index, the dollar index came down with juice today. The dollar index, as gold did, closed at its low. The dollar index is trading right now at 97.09. The swing low on this is 96.49. Now, check this out. This is where this is going to get wild, because the last hour I was talking about Greece a bit, you know, how much money they need, okay? Yeah. And what happens, folks, on a technically versus fundamentally, you know, what I like to do is, I'm a technical trader, but I like to always figure out fundamentally, okay, what's going on too? What's going to make these things move? And just in the break, literally just in the break, I'm saying to myself, oh, I get it. And what I get is that, and this is why I love doing this program, because as you're walking through the program, you have to be thinking anyway, and when you're thinking, you know, other things come in your mind. And what I realized, right, is that, okay, so they're having a hard time. Right now, they have 200 million, the Greeks do. They got that 200 million from raiding all the municipalities. They made all the municipalities, folks, the last couple days, send all their money into the Bank of Greece so they could pay their civil servants, okay? Well, they still need a couple hundred more million. The payout starts just to their civil servants next month. No, next week. At the end of the week. Then they have a payment to the IMF. Okay, so now I'm gonna cut to the chase. I'm gonna get to the dollar and gold, and this is what it is, and the euro. Now, think about something. If in fact the euro is gonna fall apart, which I think on a longer basis Greece is out, I think they should just cut and chase right now and go, but that's not gonna happen. The way that the dollar is trading, the German government is going to have to come up with bread again to save them and to save the euro. Because it makes no sense to me that the dollar is down and gold is down.
You wonder how much of this stuff is real and how much of it's for show, right? But the Treasury gentleman from Greece and the Treasury guy from Germany had to be separated and were yelling and screaming epitaph and F-bombs at each other earlier today.
Right. Well, I think the guy from Greece, he got elected because he says, hey, I'm not going to do it.
Well, this is the Treasury secretary to the guy.
But it's their party.
Yeah.
You know, and the reality is that I expect that they are not going to come up with it. I wouldn't come up with it. If I was Greece, I'd tell the IMF to go take a hike. Because you know why? They need Greece, because as soon as Greece goes down the tubes, okay, what's going to happen is that Spain's going to be next, Portugal's going to be next, and it's all, what's happening here, folks, is this. When they're giving them more money, that more money only goes back to pay the bank's interest.
I did hear some other people talk, and they said that they didn't think those other countries were going to be first. It was a little country no one's paying any attention to, and it's Finland. Finland is getting ready, and it's probably not going to be, it's not a big deal, but interestingly enough, they said that they were working everything out to exit right now, quietly in the background, because they are assuming that it's going to be time to get out before everybody else does, right?
No, I agree. I think they made a mistake getting into it.
Yeah.
So the take goes like this. Sunday night, I expect you're just going to have some real action out here. That's the bottom line. Okay, now, let's go to bonds, because bonds, folks, right now, I'm going to use the TLT in here that you can take a look at these bonds. Bonds right now, and I've gone back and forth on this deal, man, meaning since we came off the high the first time. But the bond market right now is looking to me like, yes, the highs want to be tested. You know, we did 998,000 shares, contracts today in the 10-year, which is good. But the way this is trading, there's just a little too much volume coming out every time. So as we get up and get into that high, that's the bond market's going to talk and squawk, I think. So we'll see where that shakes out at 130.20. The way the TLT is trading, you can see it. It's pretty clear. The TLT, folks, went higher today with dramatically lighter volume. We went up by 80 cents with 4.7 million after coming down with 9.7. And this is going to be a supply and demand deal. You know what I mean?
Bill Gross apparently threw a ton of cash at the bonds, right? The bonds.
Shorting them, yeah.
Was he shorting them?
He's shorting them, yeah.
Okay. So I guess they jumped 100% on the day after he did it, and probably because he has enough cash to actually move the market.
Well, you know, what happens is this. But Bill Gross came out and said that it was the shot of the century, folks. And I heard the interview. And of course, I can tell you flat out, I don't know what Bill Gross is thinking, but guess what? No one in their right mind is going to tell you the shot of the century. It just doesn't happen, okay? Now, he had a reason to basically put it out somewhat because one of his funds do go short bonds.
Right.
You know, just think about it for a second. Any of the best deals you have in the world, right? You're going to try to stand to the radar as long as you can stand to the radar. And then when you want to distribute something, that's right, that's the best deal. You're going to distribute it. There's no way a Wall Street guy all women are going to go out there and tell you what their best trade is. It just it doesn't happen, folks, okay? In fact, they're going to, you know, if history is any guide, they're going to tell you to go buy everything they don't own or they're getting rid of. That's the truth, right?
It is.
Dave White, Tom O'Brien, you stay right there, folks. We're going to be coming right back. The Dow finished up 21, NASDAQ up 36, S&P's up 4.5. We're going to be right back.